enemy will try to cause you to blame somebody else for the trauma. To blame the government. You're the ones that sent me to war. There's all sorts of issues of unforgiveness that can come. And these things, these sinful actions, open the door for demons. So the enemy will work to gain an advantage over us in the midst of trauma while we are in that weakened condition. And without repentance and left unhealed, natural trauma can attract spirits of trauma and other demons, left unhealed. Now, if you go through the healing process and you get with God as soon as you can and you get pastoral counseling and you deal with it and you're working through it, then you are putting up fences to keep the enemy out. He knows you're serious. He may try to get in, but if you're accountable, if you're in a relationship, if you reach out for help, that's why it's so important when people are grieving that you don't leave them alone too much. People need their space when they're grieving or when they're very sick, but you don't want to leave them alone too much because isolation is an open door for the enemy's chatter. He loves to get people alone and talk and talk and talk and talk. Even after inner healing, trauma spirits can remain. That's what I understand. Even after you've gone through the emotional work, say it's a serious trauma. And everybody, here's the thing, everybody processes trauma differently. So something that traumatizes you might not traumatize me. And something that traumatizes me, you might think that's no big of a deal for you. So we have to understand that we're all processing information through past experiences, what we were taught when we were growing up, how much faith we have in God, what we've been through in the past. So we have to understand we react to trauma differently. And even after you go through the emotional processes of healing, there can still be spirits. And we know this. You should know this by now. So the spirit of trauma wastes no time in entering into innocent, youthful minds that are unable to process emotions like adults. They don't know anything. They might not even know to ask their parents about certain things that happened to them. They might not even know that what happened to them was wrong. It just feels wrong. They might not know who to tell. They might not feel like they can be believed. I'm talking about with incest and sexual abuse, which is very common, by the way. And so if they're afraid to tell somebody, or they're being told that there's something wrong with them, or they're being told that this is the way things should be, then they're being scarred and this traumatized, and these spirits will take advantage. But it can strike at any age. Adults who don't know how or refuse to take the trauma to the Lord are also subject to demonic oppression.